Mount Kailash is a place full of mysteries. In 2001, the Chinese government witnessed something extraordinary that led them to immediately ban climbing Mount Kailash. But what exactly happened that day? Why has only one person ever reached the summit of this mountain? Why does everyone who attempts to climb it die within 2 years? And the most astonishing fact, why does time seem to speed up at this mountain, causing aging at twice the normal rate? Is there really an ancient city called Shambhala hidden beneath Mount Kailash? NASA has observed something on this mountain that left their scientists stunned. And when China sent a helicopter to investigate what happened to it? We will reveal all these unanswered questions and mysteries in today's video, so stay tuned, because what you are about to learn is beyond your imagination. Standing at 6,718 meters above sea level, Mount Kailash is sacred to followers of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. In Hinduism, it is believed to be the abode of Lord Shiva, who resides here with his wife, Parvati. Buddhist followers regard it as the domain of Buddha Demchok, the symbol of ultimate bliss, while Jains refer to it as Ashtapad, where their first Tirthankara, Rishabhadeva, attained nirvana. It was in 1999 when Russian specialist Ernest Muldashev and his team took a bold step to uncover the mysteries of Mount Kailash. His expedition team included geologists, physicists, and historians. They met Tibetan lamas and spent several months around the Kailash region to understand its depths. Muldashev documented his findings in his book, revealing startling discoveries about Mount Kailash. His team concluded that Mount Kailash is actually a massive man-made pyramid constructed in ancient times. They claimed that this pyramid is surrounded by several smaller pyramids and that the area is a center of supernatural activity. Muldashev wrote that during the silence of the night, they heard strange whispering sounds from within the mountain. One night, along with 2 of his companions, he clearly heard stones falling. The sound seemed to be coming from within the mountain. It felt as if people were living inside this pyramid. One of the most astounding experiences reported in the Kailash region is the accelerated passage of time. Visitors to Mount Kailash noticed that their hair and nails grew much faster than they should. In just 2 days, they grew as much as they typically would in 2 weeks. Moreover, their skin also appeared to age faster than usual. This mysterious phenomenon suggests that time behaves differently in the Mount Kailash area, making people wonder whether some unseen forces are at work here, affecting both the body and the mind. Russian Dr. Ernest Muldashev mentioned a remarkable and mysterious incident in his memoirs. He wrote that a Siberian climber once told him that some mountaineers had managed to reach a certain point on Mount Kailash, but as soon as they did, they suddenly appeared much older. Within a year, those mountaineers died of old age. These experiences add to the unique and mysterious allure of Mount Kailash, making it one of the world's most enigmatic places. Now let's talk about the 2 lakes at the base of Mount Kailash, Manasarovar and Rakshas Tal. These 2 lakes, situated right next to each other, are completely opposite in nature. Manasarovar Lake, the world's highest freshwater lake, is known for its calm and serene nature. Its circular shape resembles the sun. Despite the high altitude and cold temperatures, the lake never freezes and no waves ever appear on its surface. It gives an extraordinary feeling of peace to anyone who looks at it. On the other hand, Rakshas Tal, located next to Manasarovar, is the world's highest saltwater lake. Its waters are so salty that no life can survive in it. This lake is always turbulent, as if filled with some internal restlessness. It is said that Rakshas Tal was created by Ravana, a devoted worshipper of Lord Shiva. Before reaching Mount Kailash, Ravana bathed in Rakshas Tal and meditated there. According to mythology, as soon as Ravana submerged in Rakshas Tal, the lake became filled with demonic powers and his thoughts also turned dark. The question arises, why are these 2 lakes so different despite being in the same geographical region? While mythology provides fascinating stories behind these lakes, science offers a clearer understanding of their differences. Lake Manasarovar is fed by glacial meltwater and precipitation, which keeps it fresh and maintains its status as a freshwater lake. It has an outlet, allowing water to flow out, which helps in maintaining the quality of the water and preventing the accumulation of salts. Rakshas Tal, however, is a saltwater lake because it has no outlet for water to escape. Over time, as water evaporates from the surface, the salts and minerals become concentrated, making the lake extremely saline and inhospitable to life. This lack of drainage is what leads to the high salinity of Rakshas Tal, while Manasarovar's continuous flow of water helps it retain its freshwater properties. Additionally, Rakshas Tal's more rugged and turbulent appearance can be attributed to local wind patterns and its crescent shape, which amplifies the feeling of unrest. Have you heard stories about the Yeti or Himalayan snowman? This gigantic creature is said to have been seen in the remote regions of Mount Kailash and the Himalayas. People living near the Himalayas for years claim to have seen this mysterious being with their own eyes. However, no concrete evidence has been found to prove its existence. Some believe the Yeti could be a giant bear, while others think it's a wild human or even an ancient being. Many Tibetan and Nepali people believe that the Yeti roams around Mount Kailash, and various stories about it have been passed down through generations. Some call it a brown bear, while others think it's a wild human. There's even a belief that it attacks people and may even eat them. This mystery has made the sacred land of the Himalayas even more intriguing. Did you know that Mount Kailash is considered the center of the Earth, or Axis Mundi? According to many religious and mythological beliefs, Mount Kailash is the place where heaven and earth meet. It is called the axis of the universe, the spine that connects all life and energy. Ancient scriptures describe the Axis Mundi as the point where earth and sky meet, balancing the entire planet, making it the center of the world. In Hinduism, Mount Kailash is not only the abode of Lord Shiva, but also the place from where the entire universe is governed. It holds a sacred and mysterious position in the religious and spiritual beliefs of the world. Interestingly, some claim that the distance from Mount Kailash to Stonehenge is exactly 6,666 kilometers, and it is said to be the same 6,666 kilometers from the North Pole. Additionally, the distance from Mount Kailash to the South Pole is often quoted as 13,332 kilometers. These numbers are often cited to add to the mountain's mystical allure, suggesting that Mount Kailash is not just a physical location, but a cosmic center, radiating powerful energies that connect different parts of the world. However, when we look closer, these distances don't quite match up. In reality, the distance from Mount Kailash to Stonehenge is approximately 6,600 kilometers, which is close but not exactly 6,666. The distance from Mount Kailash to the North Pole is about 5,800 kilometers, significantly less than the suggested 6,666 kilometers. Similarly, the distance to the South Pole is around 13,000 to 14,000 kilometers, not the claimed 13,332. These numerical claims, while intriguing, don't hold up to geographical scrutiny. The use of numbers like 6,666 and 13,332 may have been chosen for their symbolic or mystical appeal, but they don't reflect actual measurements. Nonetheless, Mount Kailash remains an extraordinary place, revered in multiple religious traditions and considered the spiritual axis of the world by many, regardless of the exact distances involved. Did you know that Mount Kailash, one of the most sacred mountains in the world, has never been climbed by anyone? While many mountaineers have reached the top of the highest peaks in the Himalayas, Mount Kailash still stands untouched. What makes this mountain so special that no one can conquer it? Let's talk about the few people who tried to climb Mount Kailash and what happened to them. One story is about a Russian mountaineer named Sergei Sityakov. He tried to climb Mount Kailash, but as he got closer to the top, he started feeling very weak and uneasy. He said his heart began to beat faster, and a strong fear took over him, making him decide to turn back. The closer he got to the summit, the worse he felt. But as soon as he started moving away from the mountain, he felt much better and his mind cleared up. Another famous mountaineer, Reinhold Messner, known for climbing the 14 highest mountains in the world, was also offered the chance to climb Mount Kailash by the Chinese government. But surprisingly, Messner refused the offer. Even though he was known for doing the impossible, he understood that Mount Kailash is not just another mountain to climb. After this, the Chinese government banned any attempts to climb Mount Kailash, respecting its deep spiritual meaning. Here's something even more interesting. Mount Kailash is 6,718 meters high, which is lower than many other mountains in the Himalayas. Many people have climbed much taller mountains like Mount Everest, 8,848 meters, and K2, 8,611 meters, but no one has set foot on the top of Kailash. How is it that we have conquered the tallest mountains on Earth, but this smaller mountain remains untouched? The answer may lie in the spiritual importance of Mount Kailash. According to Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism and Bon, this mountain is where the gods live. For Hindus, it is the home of Lord Shiva. For Buddhists, it is the place of Buddha Demchok. And for Jains, it is where Rishabhadeva attained enlightenment. Because of this, many people believe that Mount Kailash is not meant to be climbed. It is so sacred that people think climbing it would disturb its divine energy. So, while Mount Kailash remains unconquered by mountaineers, the real question is it too difficult to climb? Or have we all agreed that some things are better left untouched? When China saw that no one could climb Mount Kailash, they made a bold decision. They sent a helicopter to reach the summit of Kailash. However, flying helicopters and planes over Mount Kailash is strictly prohibited, as the weather in this area can change suddenly and no aircraft can remain stable for long. After many days of weather research, China selected a clear day and sent a helicopter towards Mount Kailash. Initially, everything seemed fine. The people inside the helicopter were enjoying the breathtaking view of Mount Kailash, thinking everything was going smoothly and that they would reach the summit. But as they gained more altitude, the environment began to change. Clouds started gathering over Kailash and avalanches became visible. The most terrifying moment came when dark clouds surrounded the helicopter. They tried to ascend further, but soon lightning struck and heavy snowfall began. The air pressure at high altitudes increased so much that controlling the helicopter became extremely difficult. Chinese scientists reported that due to the unique geographical position of Mount Kailash, all the directions seemed to converge at one point, causing them to lose their bearings. During this, even their compass stopped working. With no other option, they decided to return. Gradually, they descended, hearts racing but safely returned. This event made China realize that climbing or conquering this mysterious mountain is beyond their capabilities. After China's failed attempt, NASA's curiosity about Mount Kailash increased significantly. In 2015, NASA pointed its satellite towards Mount Kailash and began intense research. The mountain's mysteries even shocked NASA's scientists. Upon inspection, NASA's scientists shared images showing a mysterious shadow of Mount Kailash. This shadow appeared to resemble a giant figure in a meditative pose. This incredible sight astonished people worldwide, as many connected it to the image of Lord Shiva. This mysterious image deepens the sacredness and spiritual significance of Mount Kailash, a place that remains an unsolved mystery for humanity. If the mysteries of Mount Kailash have intrigued you, make sure to check out our in-depth video on Kumari Kandam and the lost continent of Lemuria, where we explore ancient civilizations, lost lands, and their hidden secrets. You'll find incredible parallels between these legends and the mysteries of Kailash. You can find the link to the video in the description or on the screen now. Don't forget to subscribe to Eternal Education Network for more deep dives into ancient myths, spiritual mysteries, and mind-blowing theories. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with friends who love exploring the unknown. And if you have questions or thoughts about Mount Kailash or any other topic, let us know in the comments. We always love hearing from you.